could be said that prayer has become something lackluster, outdated, rendered a formality rather than a reality, and frequently marginalized in today's Christian circles. Sure, on occasion we pray as some sort of tired ritual in a church service or at a funeral in an attempt to say something nice at a time when things are not nice. It's that obligatory thing that we create a place for when the occasion presents itself. But it's rarely that thing that we develop a passion for as each new day presents itself. Or prayer is that thing that we ignore until we're unexpectedly served with divorce papers. Or we find out that the diagnosis is terminal. Or we realize that our job is going to fall victim to yet another merger. Or we've fallen back into our addiction yet again. Prayer turns God into some sort of first responder that we dial up when the world's on fire. And when it's not, we never pick up the phone. Through our own lack of understanding and discipline, we have granted prayer the characteristics associated with some antiquated religious monk stolen away in some secluded monastery off in the woods. Prayer sits on the far fringes of life as some traditional nicety that we toy with when we're not wrestling with bigger things. It might serve a purpose in life's special moments or in the midst of life's most dire emergencies. But even then, we're not all that confident that it actually brings anything to either. To varying degrees, we've rendered prayer as culturally outdated, logistically outmoded, a back burner endeavor, and far too simplistic to grapple with the monumental realities that are part of living in the 21st century. Several years ago, I wrote this. It reads this way: I am convinced beyond words to convey that prayer is infinitely more than the mindless ranting of some poor delusional soul talking to some imaginary friend in some imaginary place. Oh, to the contrary. Prayer is the manifest pleading of a soul worn raw that, by the simple act of prayer, unleashes untold forces that we can't imagine, that surge in a descent so massive and so inconceivably powerful that the ground of everything before them shakes. And in this descent, lives are changed beyond recognition, nations are transformed beyond comprehension, and history is brought to its knees in the face of a God who says, "Be healed." That, my friend, is nothing of a delusional soul or imaginary friend or any other such nonsense. That is what drove the writing of this book. Bringing the power of prayer into our lives, whatever state our lives might be in at any given moment. To unleash this power in order to change our lives, our families, our communities, and our world. To draw upon a power that it can exert itself in a life sitting right next to us, or a life sitting half a world away. A power that is never held hostage to any power. That is both the promise and the power of prayer.